Hadouken!
K1 Anoop with Charlie Peters on the night of Muay Thai Grand Prix 17 being done and dusted, and you secured a unanimous decision win over Liam Harrison. I saw how you went to the canvas at the end, the amount of emotion that was pouring out of you.
I am not going to be forgiven for that.
What were you thinking and feeling like when you were there, you heard the decision, you're obviously overwhelmed, but you...
Like, I thought I won, I felt like I'd won. Kieran was telling me, you know, you took that, Ricky Jack as well, and Chris Carley. Liam gave me the impression that I'd won as well, but you know, you never know. I know, you know, that maybe the fight was a little bit close, whatever, but I felt like I always edged it. I felt like I looked like the stronger opponent. I felt I looked a bit better in there. I don't know, like, you know, I'm just on a high at the moment. I mean, it's been, what, an hour since I've had the fight, so, you know, obviously my mind is a bit all over and I can only remember certain bits, but I remember being a great fight. I loved it. I loved being in there.
Once upon a time, you weren't a Muay Thai fighter.
Like, what? I was trying to figure this out. So I've been training from the, like 16-ish, and I'm 28 now, so, you know, 16, 17. And I always set out to win a world title, and you know, you always want to be UK #1. And Liam is someone who has been at the top of the game for just so long. You know, so I had to really prove myself, and you know, I have done over the past few years. And obviously, I wanted to fight a few years ago. On one of your interviews, I think it was, that I asked for it. But you know, it's been in the making, and you know, if you don't ask for something, you don't get. You know, I had to ask a couple of times, whatever. If you don't ask, you don't get. That's it. So, you know, I asked and I got, and you know, I appreciate Liam for taking the fight, and Richard, and everyone at Bagco. You know, it was just fucking good fun being in there.
Yeah, sometimes to make a really nice omelette, you've got to break a few eggs. And I think you did do that indeed with the reactions that you provoked.
Yeah. The
reactions that were provoked out of you from last year.
The thing is, it's like, yeah, like the reactions and that, and you've got to say this, you've got to say that, but people do interviews, you do interviews, Q and the team at MTGP, they always do interviews and always ask questions. You know, what have you got to say about them? What's your tactics? Everyone always wants people to talk a bit of shit, and then when someone does and hypes up a fight, everyone gets talked bad upon and everything. You know, so you can't fucking win. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a disrespectful person. And I know you're referring to when the fight got called on and then he pulled out because of injury. I think it was just the fact. I mean, I'm not even going into that because that's done and dusted. Like, it is whatever. I said what I had to say. He said what he had to say. We've had a fight, and you know, like even at the weigh-in, we were both gentlemen with each other. Yeah,
I was pleased to see that. You both were in good spirits.
You know, I came here. I had to lose 0.2, and Liam even said, like, you know, I'd be happy to let it go, but Richard wants you to lose it. And I said, I held my hands up. I said, mate, it's my fault. The guidelines are to be 0.5 over. I was a little bit more. I'll go and lose it. That's fine. You know, I don't expect anything easy. And you know, we were talking at the weigh-in. We were talking earlier. I saved him from jumping out the ring, falling out the ring. You know, it is what it is. You know, I got my fight, which I really wanted.
You know, a wise man said to me 2 years ago when I first started doing this, ask different questions and there's always a story behind it.
Imagine who told you that as well.
Who?
Kieran?
No. It was Mike Passanier, the legendary coach of Mike's gym in Badahari. I asked him for advice when I found them 4 in the morning after they were in Respect London, had to go hunting for them. And yeah, that was the advice he gave me, and I've always stuck with that. People, some might say in inverted commas, people want to see fighters talk shit. It isn't talk shit. We actually want to know what the fighters think and feel, whether it's in a high or a low. And like, if it's say mainstream media, they might just give someone 2 minutes, get some sound quotes. But what I'm trying to do for the sport is help support it by not just making it a 2-minute thing. I'm trying to give you or anyone else a platform where, you know, I'm not going to edit what anyone says. I'll ask questions that I feel that come from my heart because I love the sport, but I'll ask those certain questions where everyone gets a chance to respond, everyone gets the same opportunity, but ultimately other people have got to take the opportunity when they want to do a response, and I'm going to reach out to them. But if they don't want to do it, even tonight, it's a bit obvious why there aren't any bad code interviews from K1 because they don't want to do it. That's straight up.
Fair.
But you know what? They don't have to answer my questions. That's totally okay. And it's water off a duck's back because I've learned it comes with territory. And you've learned that if you react in a certain way and it's from the heart, there's going to be reactions from other people and it comes with territory.
Everyone wants to do interviews in their own time. That's it, it's fine.
Yeah, you know, it's nothing personal, it's just people react, people, you know, people can be emotional. There's nothing wrong with that.
What's the next question?
But the next question, well, no, I thought I had to get that one cleared out because it's triggered off between us two. Like other people have triggered it off in other ways, but it's done. Like you said, the 2v fight. Even when there's a rematch, there'll be a rematch. You know, Liam wants a rematch with Fabio Pinca. I'm sure you wouldn't mind a rematch now with Fabio Pinca. You and Charlie, you and Liam, it's going to be interesting what happens. But the other thing is though, is that I know, because before I picked up this camera, I know from fighters, you guys have dates well in advance. How does the rest of 2018 look for you going into 2019 now? Are you
right now? I am going to have a little bit of a break, I think. I need to, unfortunately, Kieran is off to Canada end of July, beginning of August. You know, and he's my trainer, and he has been ever since, you know, ever since he joined Semtex. You know, Steve Gladstone was my trainer before, and then I stayed and stuck with Kieran. So my trainer that's been with me for 12 years is leaving the country. So, you know, I've got to see what's what. I've got a few things in mind, but I need to get my life on track first. I need to get things in place. I'm not in a rush to do anything right now. I know I've just claimed the #1 spot, but the whole point of this was to fight Liam Harrison. The #1 name is great, but Liam Harrison for me was better. I was privileged and blessed that he gave me the fight. I really appreciate that, and thank you to Richard as well. You know, so now it's like, okay, I need to relax, I need to chill out, I need to rest my body and my mind a little bit, because it's been very hectic the past few months, and there's a lot that's been going on behind the scenes that obviously no one knows, which is fine. Yeah, so I just need to get myself in a good place, in a good position at the moment. So I've got no plans yet. So, you know, we'll take it as it comes.
Kieran said to ask you about Thursday night trainings, what that was like with him.
Fucking every day, Monday night, Wednesday night, everything. It's like Kieran murdered me, and it was great because that's what I wanted. You know, me and Kieran have been training together for years, and he knows me very well, and I know him very well. Unfortunately, I know how a session's going to be sometimes. But he really picked it up, and a lot of people could see that in training and just in day-to-day life. I'm getting good 10 hours sleep, but I was still fucked in the morning and still feeling it. You know, he really put me through my paces, and fuck, it showed. So
obviously you went to Voss Gym sparring likes of Muhammad Kamal.
I'd like to thank Ivan Hippolyte and Francois. You know, they took me in. They look after me fantastic over there, and it's just such a nice gym. I feel like part of the family there, and you know, I'm always looked after. It was great. It was a great camp. For me, it was just a case of getting away from everything.